Crucial 13, you are appreciated. Shout out to you.
Get crucial.
I'm hungry. I need some bacon.
Look at this. Look at this. This is the city I'm in right now. All right, what up, y'all? Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, leave a like on the video, leave a comment in the comment section. I got a good video for the people that really don't understand what frequencies mean. And, you know, I'm very spiritual, religious, and all that other type of stuff, right? But there's a lot of religious people that don't understand what the frequency mean. When they hear the word, they think, oh, witchcraft, demonic, and, you know, they spooky. So things that, you know, ain't in their religion or whatever, they automatically categorize as demonic or something like that. You know, like, yeah, it's really weird. But, you know, we're going to clear that up for a lot of people. And this is going to be a good video. Pay attention. Now, what you're seeing right here is a frequency chart. And we're about to go through the different frequencies from the bottom to the top. Now, right here, the lowest frequency possible is shame. That's at a 20 frequency, 20 hertz. Okay. So shame is, you know, a lot of what comes with the shame frequency is when you do shameful things. And, you know, some people who do shameful things, they might trick themselves into thinking, well, you know, I'm okay with this. There's nothing wrong with this. But deep down in people's soul, you know, it's still a shameful thing, because there's a lot of people who will counteract what I'm saying and say that, well, there's some people who do wicked stuff and don't have no shame about it. Well, yeah, they could tell you anything, but only, you know, God and the creator and whatever energy vampires are in them knows what's really going on. But there is an agenda to demoralize you. So when you look at certain rainbows nowadays, and, you know, we got to be careful with this, you know, this is all entertainment, nothing in this video is fact, but they've reversed the frequencies in the chakras charts, and they reversed them. So a high frequency thing, you know, is now being placed at the bottom of the chart, and the low frequency thing is being placed at the top. This is why a lot of these movements out here right now, you know, there's a lot of immoral stuff going on. Things that people should be ashamed of are no longer considered shameful. And then if anybody shames them on it, they be canceled, because you're not allowed to shame anybody, because, you know, they'll be correcting themselves. They don't want you to correct yourself. They want to switch the frequencies. You know, what's good is bad and what's bad is good type thing. And then the next frequency up is number 30 hertz, guilt. Okay, things that you do that you'll be guilty of, or, you know, stuff like that. And notice how from bottom to the top in the frequency, it's right on the rainbow chart. Right. You can't even mistake this. It's right on time. It's starting to turn orange, ain't it? So right on time, you go from shame to guilt, from red to orange. And right on this frequency chart, it's showing you that the people in charge that want to demoralize you, they make the stuff that makes people have shame and guilt protected in society nowadays. And it's at the top of their whole agenda. So as you see right there on that rainbow right there, those are the two more important things. The things you do that you're shameful of and guilty of are in the place of the things that are supposed to be enlightenment and righteousness. That's why the purple is at the bottom, because that's complete moral, that's complete righteousness, that's complete consciousness. All right. And that's the last thing they want you to be, because they are energy vampires harvesting your energy. And once you reach that type of consciousness, they cannot get your energy no more. So they got to put that at the bottom, because now that that's on their frequency, they're able to harvest that. The next one at 50 hertz is apathy. Now, if you noticed in society, as they collectively lowered the frequency in this nation, just not too long ago, apathy was the main thing. Is what they did is they made children and people uninterested in knowledge. You know how, like, it was cool to be stupid. It's cool to not want to know shit. Y'all remember, if you was a kid around like 1999, Chris Rock had a bit about this. It was normal in society. Check And y'all pretty much know that before then, it was cool to have some knowledge. You know, the early 90s, that whole thing was starting to get popular. Then they start chipping away. Oh, we need y'all to be stupid right now. So through the late 90s, 2000s until now, they've been pushing that stupid shit. Which means like, oh, if you got any type of knowledge, you're like this conspiracy theorist, or you're some cornball who, you know, you're anything knowledgeable is just not cool to people. You're just a weirdo if you want to know too much, if you want to read books and all that type of stuff. It's all about making you more ignorant. So that is the next up in the frequency. Then the next one, 75 hertz, is grief, you know, which is sorrow, mourning, and you know, whatever has something to do with feeling sorry, or, you know, some tragic events keeping us in a lower state. And notice how right on time we're coming to the yellow color here. Okay, top to bottom, bottom to top. Is it not making sense here? Okay, but they are constantly pushing news and stuff that keep you in this state all the time. Then right up the ladder, as it gets more yellow, fear, 100. You ever heard the term keeping it 100 so many damn times in your life? Well, that's why they, you know, spread that little term right there, because they're trying to keep you at a fear frequency and below that. Okay. Also, you notice how it is in the yellow. So whenever you're afraid, you're a coward, you're in fear, they called you yellow. You remember that? That was a big term back in the day. But since they started keeping you ignorant to what frequencies are, you know, they stopped using that term a little bit. But this is one of the main frequencies they like to maintain you in that fear state. Keep it 100. Okay. Why you think all the news you get, everything you read, you watch is fear-based? Not only are they just pushing it onto you, but they indoctrinated you to want it. We love tuning into the news to hear bad news. We're addicted to this. We're addicted to low vibrational content. We're addicted to watching people arguing. That's still a state of fear. A lot of people are watching these arguments and are watching like bad content because it's almost like a guilty pleasure of theirs. You know, they want to see how other people can handle this type of stuff because they fear themselves going through it. So they like to, you know, I like to know subconsciously how this looks when it plays out. So I'm addicted to watching it. Then the next one up is 125, desire, to keep you wanting and hoping something would happen. It's like a lot of y'all think that something's going to happen as long as you just keep hoping for it, but you never put the work into it. You know, it's almost like before they pushed a lot of these frequencies, as they lowered the frequency in the nation, they pushed it strong with the American dream. They push all these idols in your face, all this material stuff, and they keep you in a state of desire, of wanting, you know, and that when you're at that stage, you're only going to go lower from that, back to the fear frequencies, back to the, you know, to doing stuff that you would not want to do when you're in a higher state of consciousness for these things. That's why in a state of desire, it's only going down, which is going to make you, you know, commit a lot of stuff that you wouldn't do morally for a lot of these things. That's why a lot of people, when they want these material things, they'll rob somebody. They'll sell their soul for some of this stuff. You know, it's a slippery slope, man. And look, yellow, we're going down, ain't we? And 150 is anger as we start getting more into the green. Look, it's right on time. We was just at red, orange, yellow, now green. Is this not right on schedule? Okay. Now, anger is definitely a low frequency, and a lot of people say, well, you could have righteous anger. You could, yeah. Well, when you're raising your frequency, you're gonna pass this stage of anger because you've passed a lot of these other states. So when you get past a lot of these other states that'll make you shameful, guilty, fearful, and all the other type of stuff, you start really having issues with lower vibrational demonic frequencies and stuff. So it's hard not to get angry, but this is a stage you got to get past. And a lot of people who do the righteous content or do, you know, conspiratorial content, or, you know, they have some type of, you know, anger toward these politicians. Like in my videos, when I talk about the Democrats and stuff like that, oh my God, I get angry. It is still a low frequency. It's still going to rob you of your energy at the end of the day. You're giving your energy to energy vampires when you are in this state. Even if you say, well, I just hate evil. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Hate itself, anger itself is still that frequency which allows that frequency in. So I could justify it any way I want, but anger is anger at the end of the day. You see, one thing that a lot of these energy vampires like you to do is fight. Because fighting is what they do. It's their frequency, it's their energy. They want you to fight because now you're putting yourself on a level and you're in their vicinity to be harmed or to be siphoned energy from. You get what I mean? And some people may say, well, you got to fight the good fight. Good fights versus evil, but good doesn't fight, bro. When good is a positive love vibration, we're going to get towards all that. What we do is just, we do us, and we have nothing. We completely detached from low vibrational demonic energy because you cannot change it. You can change it from around you, and if it happens to get into your circle somehow, yeah, you got to do what you got to do, but you do what you got to do to stay away from that. You don't go around this type of stuff and allow it to drain your energy. You're not going to change a lower frequency. You're not going to get rid of the entire low frequency. You know, and if this planet is going through a cleanse, you let the Most High, you let the high vibrational energy cleanse this shit up. Okay? There's nothing you personally can do. God is ready to cleanse this earth, and that's just that. There's nothing we can do or nothing. Now, we can sit here and force this message on the people that probably don't want to hear it at the end of the day, but all that's going to do is lower your frequency too. Because a lot of these people are going to look at you like, shut the hell up. They're going to look at you like you're a moron. You know, they're left brain. They're like leftist minded. You know what I mean? Anything we say about the Most High or anything, they're going to look at us like we're spooks and stuff like that. So you wasting your time even trying to help a lot of people. See, here goes the truth. The people on the planet that's getting this message right now, they're going to take heed to whatever you say, and they're going to come show their support. They're going to, you know, the like-minded kindred spirits are going to hook up in the end days. And I feel like we are hooking up. You know what I mean? But as far as like thinking I could save the world and fight evil and all this other type of stuff, no, these people are going to hate us for trying to save them. I've already tried. Trust me, I've been at this for 10 years. I know what I'm doing here. There's people that's not going to like us. They're going to, matter of fact, lower our frequency and make us more angry, because the more they resist what we're talking about, the more our frequency is going to lower. So I don't force none of that. I'm not saving the world. I'm not doing none of that type of stuff. So there ain't no righteous anger in me going around fighting evil. All I'm here to do is help people cleanse themselves so they can raise their frequency. So when this boat leaves and God cleanses this shit, you're going to be able to go with it. But if you harbor this low demonic frequency in your body at this time, there's nothing nobody could do for you. So whoever don't listen. And whoever spirit is taken to this type of message, good for them. Salute. And the next one, 175 hertz, is pride. Now, the term pride come before the fall has a lot to do with the frequencies, because if you notice, it's the one right before you start falling into the lowest frequencies possible. You know, you go to anger, apathy, then you fear, guilt, shame, you know, all that type of stuff. Pride come before the fall. And the fall is, you know, a fallen state, which is all the lower frequencies, lower chakras, so-called, you know, lower vibrations, demonic vibrations. And pride has a lot to do with the ego. It is not to be confused with a man having principles, okay? Having principles and having pride is two different things. These two things are often, you know, mixed up and perverted. So keep that in mind, all right? And, you know, pride is the name some of these social justice movements go with, because it is the highest of the lower vibrational nature in the lower frequencies. It's the highest of the lower frequencies of the lower 6 chakras before you start getting into the top 7, which are all like, you know, the most high level and stuff like that. So, you know, let's just be real careful with this. Now, the next chakra up and the next frequency up is courage, 200 hertz. Okay. And it's falling more into the green. You know, this is where you start, you know, get into the higher, you know, the more Christ conscious chakras, the more, you know, the frequencies God needs you to be at so you could be a high vibrational, moral based person. Okay. This is why, you know, a lot of green representation of earth and nature and stuff like that. This is why I say when you first start defeating your lower self, what you want to do, not just lower self. Don't think that we're saying that, oh, that's all that evil. That's just your lower self. No, you know, there's low vibrational demonic energy vampire beings. Okay. So we're not going to confuse that type of shit, because a lot of people who get into this spirituality, they start to blame themselves. Oh, that's just my lower self. No, that's just a demon. So don't subscribe to that, oh, that's just you, your lower self. You're just fighting your own self. Like, yeah, it's gonna be you against yourself because these energy vampires come through you to harvest you and they start possessing you and stuff like that. So you gotta do it through yourself, but don't confuse that with just your lower self. This is why it's so easy for people to confuse themselves as thinking, oh, I'm God. We're all God because, I'm a powerful being. Because when they start getting to that powerful being state to where, you are a child of the Most High. So when you start really raising your frequency, it's easy for you to fall into that trap of, oh, I'm God. Like, no, you're not God neither. There is a God. There's a Most High. There's a creator. You were created. Okay, don't confuse this type of stuff. Don't abuse your power because it's such an inside job. You think that I'm doing it. So I'm, because God does for those who do for themselves. So people can confuse. It's like, oh, I'm doing it anyway. So how is God doing anything? Like, no, you can't think of it like that. But this is why, the green representation of the earth, nature, you get back to nature because you start cleansing out these energy vampires. They can't handle a high frequency. So once you get to this point where you start having the courage to, defeat the demons inside you and to cleanse the energy vampires, defeat all them lower frequencies and everything like that, and start really, mastering yourself, stop doing the things that keep you in them other frequencies. You have the courage to take a step forward. You have a courage to leap of faith. You have a courage to choose one master and not serve two masters anymore. And one master is the Most High. Everything positive, moral. Okay, you start getting more into that love frequency. You start here at courage. Okay, you get back out into nature. You start connecting with source energy. You start connecting with the Most High. You start connecting with high vibrational things, eating right, because these things keep out these energy vampires, the plant-based foods, water. You know what I'm saying? You start being cleansed. This is the first step into the higher frequencies. Then the next step up is 250, neutrality. This is where you start getting green, going into the blue. Now, neutrality is when you stop fighting. Because, the anger keeps you, oh, righteous anger. I got a right to kill the devil and all this other type of stuff. You come way out of that. And neutrality is when you accept things for what they are. You accept that the Most High is going to take care of this. All right. You accept that nothing you can do is going to kill anything on this earth. The only thing you could do is do you, be you, and you're going to attract the people that are already hip to that. Okay? Because if you keep trying to fight this war and all this other type of stuff, you're just going to lower your frequency to where you could be harvested and your energy could be vamped off of. A state of neutrality is when you really just get back to cleansing out your temple so your spirit can get ready to leave this vessel when this big shift comes. A lot of the religious people call it the rapture, where you think you just going to be dragged out your body if you got all that negative energy in there and God's going to take a dirty, completely low vibrational, parasitic, energy vampire written body that a soul that's being held onto by these things. You think that can come into the higher realms and stuff like that, with what people would call heaven or the fifth dimension or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't work like that. You have to really free yourself or you are going to be stuck here. You're going to be harvested. See, a lot of us got that pride thing to where you could tell what a lot of people's frequency is at because they got that pride thing that say, oh, God needs me to help him fight. No, God doesn't. God don't need none of y'all to help him fight. Then a lot of people might say, well, we got to help other people, know that there's evil on the planet and help them, get to this next level. Well, you don't help them by fighting people. You help them by putting out your message, and like a bee takes to honey, the people that's supposed to hear it and the people that's seeking that is going to resonate with it, because the people that's ready to do that, they're going to seek it. Now, if somebody ain't ready, they're going to hate you for giving that information, like I said earlier. Because I know when I was dumb and I was low vibrational, you tell me anything about this, I'll look at you like you stupid. I'm hard-headed. I'm not listening to you. Now you my enemy, damn near, because you telling me I'm wrong, and I know I'm wrong, but I don't want to admit it. So I'm going to hate you for that. So this is why you don't go fighting the devil. You fight your own demons. You cleanse your own self. And I can tell if people's really doing that because they not out here forcing nobody to do nothing. They not out here acting like what they do is going to make a difference. Because when they really cleansing and getting on that level, they know that this cycle is over and the Most High is about to wash this whole shit the fuck up. Excuse my language, because I know a lot of spiritual people tune in, and I really got to do better at that, okay? But this is serious. It's just, I'm just real serious about this type of stuff. But yeah, I definitely got to, change that up. But this is serious. There's a real cleansing about to go on, and nobody is going to be able to save nothing. God doesn't need you. All God needs you to do is cleanse and be ready when this time comes. Get all the demonic energy out your body, so when this boat leaves, you're going to be magnetically ready to zoom out of here. Now, the next frequency up is 310, willingness. Exactly what I'm just talking about right now. Letting go of everything else, thinking that you're so important that you're here to slay other people's demons while you don't even correct your own. You let that go. You be willing to submit to this. Be willing to submit to your creator and say, all right, I'm getting ready. I'm getting prepared for this shift. Okay, that's willingness. Then the next one up at 350 is acceptance. First, you're willing. Okay, I'm going to let everything go. Now I'm going to accept. Okay, this is where you got spiritually very advanced. And notice where I'm blue right now. Everything is falling right in perfect order, ain't it? Look at that flag right there. Everything that's supposed to be at the top is at the bottom of that flag right there. And everything that's supposed to be at the bottom, they put at the top. The low vibrational is in the king seat right there. Okay, but acceptance, this is where you completely let go. This is where you're like, okay, I know that if I choose one master, which is the Most High, and I stop serving two masters, which means, I say I love God and Jesus or whatever your savior is, but then you still do the deeds of the devil. You still have a low vibration. You're still harvested by energy vampire. That's serving two masters. But when you serve one, you make peace with that, and you start doing everything you can to raise your frequency to that Christ conscious level, to where God wants you to be at, to being completely moral and completely positive and, high in that love frequency, and this is you knowing that when you choose one master, when you choose the Most High, when you choose to just let go, the universe and the Most High is going to take care of you. This is when you know that inside your heart. And you could tell if people are at this level or not, because sometimes when I tell people this type of information, they doubt what I'm saying. They're like, well, what am I going to do? I got a job. I got kids. I got a dog. I got a cat. I got stuff I got to work. They're still in that worrisome stage. They're still, they don't know. They haven't got to that level to where they know deep down that when they choose God over the devil and completely submit to God's will and do everything God's way, that they're going to be taken care of. They don't understand that. So this is why I like to help people get to this level. Take these steps. Watch this video a couple times if you need to, because I'm going to keep putting out the information that helps people. Now, I'm not going to force this on nobody at all. You click on the video if you want to, you watch it if you're at this type of level. And for the religious people, that is a form of questioning God. That is the questioning God that you are not supposed to do. When you submit to your creator, you say, I'm going to do everything your will, your way. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do everything I can to do that. I'm raising my frequency. I submit. I know that everything is going to be in alignment. I know that, everything is going to take care of me when I submit and I do this. It's because your spirit, your soul, you're going to know this inside. That's not, when you questioning God, that's like you saying, okay, I want to submit to you, but I can't because I got this, I got that, I got this. So you questioning whether, you're going to be in good hands when you submit to the Most High. So you cannot do that. Now, the next one up is 400 hertz reason. Okay, this is where you got your right brain and left brain are starting to work together. Like you're starting to become more complete, and then just look at it like this. I don't like a lot of wickedness in the world, but my ability to reason would let me, understand that, okay, there's nothing you can do about it. Wickedness is wickedness. What am I going to do? Kill off an entire frequency of evil or wickedness? No, wickedness is just what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Now, yes, I can get it up out of myself. I can get it up out of my circle and stuff like that. But am I going to let this keep bringing me down? No, this is me reasoning. This is my logic and my emotion working together right here. And this is also completely knowing that the lower frequencies, all the devils, the demonic energy vampires and stuff is beneath you. When you get to this type of stage, at this type of level, that type of shit ain't even near you. It can't even get close to you. You're vibrating so high that this shit is way down there. They are your servants. They are your stepping stools. Like God say, I'll make the devil my stepping stool. And though I do not subscribe to wickedness, I do not subject myself to it, I understand it, I understand it, and I overstand it now. To where I don't let it lower my frequency and put me in an angry state to where, I got to kill the devil, I got to do this. No. Okay? Now, the opposite of this would be your liberal, social justice warrior, leftist type that thinks they can save the world. They think they're going to put an end to racism and they're going to kill every racist in the world. They're just going to stop racism completely. They're going to stop global warming. They're going to stop, all these chemtrails flying over us. They're going to put an end to that by telling you to turn off your stove. Like, this is the opposite of what this type of enlightenment is. Okay, so keep that in mind when you think you could save everybody from something. You're really, being a liberal at that same time. You know what I mean? And this is, all entertainment. Nothing in this video is fact or whatever. I don't know. Then the next frequency up, 500, is love. The love frequency, all right? Which is God's frequency. All these higher frequencies is God's frequency. But, love is one of the strongest frequencies there possibly can be, because I'm only going to surround myself with things that keep my frequency this high. I've already learned, if you've been paying attention through the video, I already made it up the ladder. I already dealt with all the negative stuff, found out the negative stuff isn't going to serve my higher self, isn't going to serve me to get ready for this cycle ending, for this shift that's coming up, for this cleansing that the Most High is about to put on this planet due to all this toxic, this earth terraforming, this poisoning that the energy vampires and these demons, the draconians, whatever you want to call them, Satan, I don't care what you call it, for what they've did. This love frequency is going to keep me vibrating high. I'm not going to, put my focus on anything low vibrational, anything that keeps my spirits up. That's what I'm going to try to surround myself with. You made it to this frequency, you're trying to keep it there. You don't want nothing lower in your frequency. Then now we go up in the frequency, 540, which is joy. Which, if anybody has ever contacted the Most High or high vibrational spirit, or, have ever, went inside themselves, to actually, connect with the soul and stuff like that. And there is very few people who have done this. A lot of people haven't. But you could tell they get this extreme sense of joy, like happiness, the knowing that your creator is everything loving. The Most High is everything positive, everything that is good. How the Bible says God is good. Everything that is good and joyful and everything like that. That is the frequency that you were created by. That is the Most High frequency right there. And notice how we're in the purple right now, which on this rainbow thing, they put it way at the bottom and stuff, but they put the lower chakra at the top, which is the red, which is going to keep you, the things that you do that keep you shameful and guilty and all that other type of stuff, and shame, all that type of stuff. What they do to establish it as a high frequency in today's, immoral nation or whatever, is they put joy into it. So there's a lot of people that do a lot of shameful things, but they take pleasure, they take joy, they take a lot of, they pretty much put the high frequency tag on this stuff. So some people might say, well, okay, then joy can be low frequency if you can enjoy to do shameful things. But like I said, deep down in their soul, they know they feel that shame and that guilt. So do not let these people fool you. They can put the tag on it because they're trying to raise the lower vibrational beings up into the frequency. They can do that all they want, but it's not going to get far. Okay, this thing's about to be cleansed because these two vibrations cannot intertwine or tangle. So what's going to happen is like, an explosion pretty soon. All right. So this thing's about to get cleansed. Don't let these people fool you. Oh, well, you can love evil. Oh, well, it's not true love. Love is also the truth. Truth is objective truth. So we're not talking about live your truth. The truth can be whatever you want it to be. No, we're talking about objective truth, reality. Okay. And now, so the next thing up, which we're going to talk about a lot of false truths being pushed about this, 600 peace. Okay. Very high frequency right here. Now, this can be confused because a lot of people can say, well, world peace and all that goes back to the New World Order. Well, no, the New World Order is peace between so-called high vibrational people, which is people that are trying to do the moral thing in society. They believe in God or whatever like that. And they want us to coexist with low vibrational people. They think peace is the merging of these two frequencies, which is actually sinful. It's actually serving two masters. It's actually putting the devil on the level of God and saying, oh, we're all one, we're all the same. This is where a lot of this perverted oneness stuff come from. But true peace is when we're all on this high vibration. We're all, at a high frequency. We all chose one master. We all chose to be righteous, to be, under the Most High's, guidance, and chose to walk that narrow path and not with the rest of the people that are going down with the lower frequencies. This is true peace. And I can use an example that a lot of y'all can relate to. In your neighborhood, when somebody's starting shit in the hood or whatever neighborhood you from, and they out there fighting, they out there causing a ruckus, they disturbing the peace, right? But soon as you get rid of their low vibrational demonic ass, everything's peaceful again, right? So that means them two frequencies cannot exist. Peace cannot exist with chaos, okay? So do not let people trick you into thinking about this whole oneness. Oh, well, people that are doing things they should be ashamed of should have the same rights as the people who are, above that and rising above that and being high vibrational and choosing one master and not serving two. And then the top one up at full, the purple and all that stuff, which the rainbow like to keep at the bottom, so they can harvest energy, whatever we want to call it, enlightenment, okay? This is you knowing you are of the same source as the creator. You are life force. You are the light. All right? You're fully enlightened. This don't mean you're God, because a lot of people like to, like I said earlier, they like to confuse, oh, I'm God. Look, I'm so powerful. That must mean I'm God. Well, you ain't enlightened enough, okay? You are of that same source. You are a creation of the creator, okay? So I hope this video helps y'all understand the frequencies and also know that the frequencies have a lot to do with you. Your chakras are designed to, go hand in hand with these frequencies and stuff like that. The people who are infiltrating us know this. That's why they flipped it upside down on their symbolism. But real quick, also, there's actually 13 chakras. So, they like to portray 7 just to narrow it down, make it more simplified, to keep it in the color and the light spectrum and stuff like that. But there is 13. This is why, Christ was the 13th. There was 12 disciples, and Jesus, Yahshua, whatever you want to call him, is the 13th. This is all, showing that an ascended master, where they get to. And this is the level that a lot of people got to get to, or you ain't going to get out of here. Not saying that you're God or anything like that. Don't ever mistake in that. But you have to reach this ascension level to where you can ascend. That's what an ascended master is. You can't ascend when the so-called rapture or when this cleansing happens, when the Most High washes this planet of all this wickedness and this low vibrational energy and sends it back to the lower frequencies where it belongs. You can't ascend until you get to that level. So just keep that in mind. And remember, these demonic energy vampire, draconian devils, or whatever you want to call them as well, they're here to switch roles with you. They're energy vampires. They harvest life force. They're a death force harvesting life force. So of course they're gonna switch the so-called chakras or the so-called your frequencies, your vibration upside down, because they're the lower vibration. They want their vibration to be at the top, to siphon and harvest the most energy. So this is why they go about it like that. This is why they could say, teach everybody to love everything, because when you put a high frequency or a love onto something low vibrational, you are giving it energy. Now that's not true love though. It's only a certain amount they can get, because it's a lie. It's predicated in falsehood, and the truth is going to stand before anything. So they can only do so much. So don't let that trick you out of understanding this type of stuff. And I hope this video really helped you. And one last thing, this is important. Pay attention. When they reversed everything like this, both sides are now serving the lower frequency and serving the devil now. Like, this is what I mean when I say that. So, see how they put the root chakra in the lower vibration at the top? So that means that lower vibration is now at the top, and the people that are so-called vibrating as high as they can are serving that energy to, the lower self, the part that should be ashamed of some of the stuff they're doing, the things that are vibrating low. Now they put the top, which is the purple, is at the bottom, which is your enlightenment. Now they put that way at the bottom, so what's really at the bottom can also feed on that. But when this stuff is back in order, when the purple, the consciousness, enlightenment, the Most High is back at the top, they can't get it. But when they invert it, Now everybody's screwed up. Everything is serving that demonic level. Now this is another example of that. Notice how, you got the religious people and then you got the atheists. Now notice how the so-called religious people in society, they don't eat good. They smoke, they drink. They do a lot of stuff that keeps their frequency low. So a lot of so-called religious people that say they believe in God and accept Jesus as their savior and stuff like that, they're vibrating very fucking low. Now look at the people who do eat healthy and who do try to keep their body cleansed and stuff like that. They're atheists. They don't even believe in a God. They don't believe none of that. So they're handing over that high frequency over to a energy vampire. So now everybody's off balance. The good people are vibrating low. The bad people are vibrating high. And all that energy goes to the devil. You see how that works when the world's off balance? Nothing is going to where it's supposed to go. But when you get back in balance, though, shit is right where it's supposed to be. The high frequency is right where it's supposed to be at with the most high. The low frequency is where it's supposed to be at with the devil, whatever you want to call it. Everybody hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so you can get all my videos. They're trying to suppress a channel like me because I could break stuff down like this to the simple-minded person who wouldn't understand it otherwise. Hit the like button on all my videos. Let me know what y'all think of in the comments. I ain't woke, I'm up.
Crucial 13, you are appreciated. Shout out to you.
Get crucial. I'm hungry. I need some bacon. Look at this.
Look at that. This is the city I'm in right now.